Yo. Yo, out here, all solo. Good afternoon. I hope everybody's well. Welcome to my latest getaway, Dartmoor. So I'm more solo tonight, i.e. on my own. So yeah, it's the was it Thursday, 14th of April. It's 20 to 4 in the afternoon stroke evening. A bit later than I wanted to be away really, but I had some things on at home, so meh. Anyway, so I'm gonna ask about where to come today. Thought about the South Moors. So I usually go to the North Moors, but I thought the wind, forecast of the wind was no more than about 5-10 miles per hour, even up here. So I thought I'd seize the opportunity to go up to Steeperton, because it's not fun up there if it's really windy. But yeah, it's changed massively. I've just checked the forecast now as I'm walking along. It shows winds of up to about 35 miles an hour now. 35 miles an hour, do I really want to be perched on the top of Steeperton? I don't know. Bloody Dartmoor weather. Hope you can hear me. So, options. What are my options? Well, my options are East Mill, maybe there. I walk over to Tor, which is further over again. Bellstone up behind me. I've got Tor there. That's an option. The problem is the winds are southerly, which means they're blowing along the length of the Tor, which means finding a spot that's sheltered won't necessarily be very easy. I mean, I'm on my own. My tent will take 35 mile an hour winds, no problem. So maybe I just batten down the hatches and, you know, I go in the tent if it's bad and stick to plan A. Well, I shall keep walking and keep thinking, and I'll check in a bit. Yo. So it's coming up to 4 o'clock. Still on the path. It's about across the ford in a mole. You might gather that's Oaky Tor behind me there, so I've decided to carry on to Steeperton. What I'm doing is the walk that Rob and I did with Jay when we came up here. It's a bit further, but you basically overshoot the Tor, but it's a gradual uphill, and then come back at sort of a very light gradient. Just have to hope that it doesn't hi sheeps. Just have to hope that I don't sorry, my train of thought boop, boop, left the station. Just have to hope that it's all right up there and I don't have to move, because if I have to relocate, then obviously time will be pushing on. Even if it's 30-mile-an-hour winds up there, like I said in my previous video, I'll just have to hunker down, and I never sleep that well when camping anyway, so if I have to listen to the sound of the tent flopping around through the night, then so be it. Right, I'm on an uphill section now, so I'm gonna go so I'm not breathing at you, and I'll check in a bit. So where's the other half? Hello. 20 past 4. I'm off the main track now, and actually heading over towards Steeperton, which is that way. I was going to try and stay on the road, but I had a look on the map, and staying on the road is a massive detour. So I'll have to just go the exact way that I went with Rob and Jay. So it'll be over this little bit here, down into the gorge, across the Ford River, whatever it is down there, and then kind of a zigzag up the side of the hill, and then in that way to take a little bit of the steepness off. So I was trying to avoid too much steepness, but hey ho. I did choose to go to Steeperton, so I have to buck up and shut up. So while I'm walking and trying to stop myself from saying so too many times. So April 14th, 1912, sinking of the unsinkable ship, the Titanic. 110 years ago today. Now, I remember when it was 100 years ago today. I cannot believe that 10 years has gone since then. It's little milestones like that that make you realise how fast time goes, especially as you get older. But yeah, so amazing views around here. See East Mill, High Will Hayes, Yes Tor. Kind of wishing I'd gone to one of them. Wind isn't too bad at the moment, very still, but forecast is to be believed. It is going to get up later on, but hopefully I can get myself there, get pitched, and then what will be after that. Anyway, I'm going to push on, speak to you in a bit. Yo, it's about 4:30. So I've got the ford I was talking about. Just crossed. So, yeah, Steeperton is she bacon chicken biggie taking me here. Steeperton is up there, and it's very steep. I don't say hence the name, but I'm sure it's not why it's called that. But there's a path here which goes gradually up the side, cut into the hill, which makes it not so steep. Sounds like a plan. Yeah, so do you remember the video? Again, it's getting a bit breezy now, so I'm hoping you can hear me. Last summer, it might have even been the summer before, when I came up here for the first time. It was in July or August, and I got heat stroke. And remember this walk? Literally, I could walk about as far as I could throw a stone. Then I had to stop. I was so exhausted. I'd already done the night at Yes Tor, and I walked across to here, and I'd run out of water. But it was like 30 odd degree heat, really daft. And I got when I got to a certain point, I actually just fell on the floor in exhaust with its jaws. Here we go again with exhaustion. And yeah, when I actually got up there, I was speaking to Tara and just saying, oh my god, I felt ill, I felt sick, I couldn't eat even though I needed to. But yeah, very valuable lesson learned that day. Anyway, it's only gradual, but I'm uphill, so I'm going to leave you just whilst I do this slog, and then check in a bit. Ooh, quite warm. Just change hands. Just a video making point, really. So I went for doing my editing in iMovie to LumiFusion, and bit of a learning curve. I mean, iMovie is quite easy to use, but it's very limited on what you could do with it. LumiFusion, it's a paid app, you just pay £20 to buy it. It's got a lot more you can do. All the things that I kind of wished I could have done with iMovie, but it is a bit more complicated to do. Comes with story blocks, which it's got video clips and music clips and sound effects. There's so much music, it's difficult to know what to use. Anyway, one of my dear subscribers, thanks for taking the time to message me with it. You know, I do appreciate a bit of brutal honesty sometimes. Just wrote to me to say felt that the music was a bit overwhelming on the video, on my last one. That was the Great Links video. Sort of said, felt that the music was a bit overpowering, and you could just kind of hear me mumbling underneath it. So I'll take that on board. I was going to go back and change the edit of that video, but you know, let's learn and move on. So I'm sorry, I forgot the name of my subscriber who messaged me, but hopefully if you're watching this video, whoop, a bit boggy here. If you're watching this video, just let me know how I've done. Hopefully I'll be on my arse in a minute. Hopefully I can act upon your feedback. Anyway, let me know. I'm going to put the phone away before I slip up on my arse. I'm not far away now, so I expect the next video be once I'm up on the tour. So see you in a mo. Yo, so as you can see, I'm inside the Elixir 2. I'm on a bit of a slope. I've camped in this exact spot before. I don't remember it being quite as much of a slope, but hey ho, it's just going to be a night of waking up with my feet against the end of the tent, but it's not that bad. Anyway, so yeah, so I'm pitched, got all my stuff kind of out and ready, sleep system's in. Met a guy, Kev I think he's called. When I got here, he's camping just over yonder with his sons, down from Kent, so it's come a long way. I'm lazy, I've just come from Exeter. But yeah, so I'll show you the tent and where it is in a minute. But I'm knackered, but I enjoyed the walk actually. Especially that last bit, like I thought that would kill me, but coped with it okay. So that's a sign that the fitness is getting a little bit better, I don't know. But yeah, it's going to take a minute and chill. I'm sat in my car keys at the moment, so get those out of my pocket. That'll be a lot more comfortable. And Kev invited me over to go and have a cup of tea, so I'll go over and have a chat with them in a bit. Yo, so here I am from behind the camera. So this is where I'm pitched. There's the rather noisy flagpole. So it's quite an exposed spot there really, but the wind is going down that way, so as long as that tent is pitched properly along the length of the flow of the wind, it should stick to the ground like a limpet, which it seems to be doing. It is actually quite blowy already up here. So yeah, this is Steeperton. Anyone who's new to the channel might not have seen it up here. The views up here are epic. So I'm beside this hut here, just to keep out the wind so that you can actually hear me. So basically my route when I came in today, so I parked up over there. Over there, so I've walked all the way down along the road up to about there, and then walk down that path there onto this one here, and then that goes just about to see along there, it's up to just around the corner there, and then up here. Alternative is you can see there, basically you can go straight down, and then there's sort of steps almost that bring you straight up to the path. That path there takes you all along to Oaky Tor. So from here you've got Bellstone, Oaky Tor, Row Tor, I'm having so many focus issues today. West Mill, East Mill, Yes Tor, High Will Hayes. I'm going to keep pointing because it's going to keep making it go blurry. But there you go. Quick shout out. Before I do that, I've just been over talking to, I'm terrible with names, so I think it's Kev. If that's wrong, I apologise, mate. Really nice to meet you. Just been having a chat with, I think it's Kev, over the other side where he's camped with his 2 kids. Yeah, really splendid chap down from Kent. So we're sharing Steeperton tonight. I, like a fool, have pitched on the very top there, over a little bit more sheltered over the other side. But yeah, Kev is subscriber number 94, so thank you. I hope you enjoy watching the videos. So anyway, shout out to my mate Harry. So he bought me this. I haven't tried San Miguel before, but told him I'd be bringing it camping and trying it here. So if you are watching this, Harry, thanks for this. I'm going to open that in a sec and enjoy it while I'm waiting for my water to boil. Looking at where the sun is, probably got about an hour and a half left of light, or at least before the sun sets. And then, yeah, I'm just going to sit and watch the sunset, really. So I've got the chair set up here just beside the hut, and barely any wind here, so pretty spot on. And the view from here is just amazing. So yeah, so wait for the water to boil. I've got another shout out. I've got the meal that Jay gave me. So Jay, if you're watching this, thank you for the meal. I'll return the favour at some point. But I've got I think it's like a cottage pie type thing that Jay gave me. Took it on the last camp where we bailed. I'm going to talk about it in a bit actually. But yeah, so it was still in my bag, so I'm using that tonight. Looks nice actually. So wait for the water to boil, put that in that, wait for that to hydrate, and then sit down, have a beer, have my meal, and chill out. So I'll report in a bit. Hello. So I just had curious case of the wonky hat, but luckily I spotted it before I pressed record. So I'm all straight. So that's the sun. I would have just shown a sort of a pan round of the view at the moment. So 3 minutes till sunset. It's about 8:05 at the moment. It's actually a little bit earlier than I thought. Sorry, itchy nose. It's chilly. There's a chilly breeze, and I'm sat in front of this, which is helping, but it's yeah, it's still chilly. I'm sorry if your name's not Kev, I do apologise. Well, like I say, I'm terrible with names. Kev just came over, said hello, and yeah, he's got his coat on and hat and hood, so it's not just me. Yeah, so just thought I'd sit out for a minute, watch the last of the sunset. Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna retire to the tent because it really is getting chilly. Probably leave the door open so the view whilst it gets dark. So just one thing I want to talk about that I mentioned earlier. So my last camping trip with Jay. So we headed out to the South Moors. It was, I don't know, 2 weeks ago or so. We were going to go and try the South Moors. Maybe we parked at around Princetown, and we were going to go down to Lower Hartall. A bit like today, really. Forecast wasn't too bad, but then I checked the forecast just before we went, and it was strong winds, like much stronger than it is today. So we parked up in the car park sort of nearish to Nuns Cross Farm, and walked from there, and it really was blowy. It wasn't raining or anything, it was a bit like today really. We walked down, but unfortunately it was Steeperton Tor's training on that day, so every place we went had kids in tents. So we were trying to find basically a lump of rock to pitch behind, and we couldn't anywhere. We basically walked around by the Tor, tried down by the river, couldn't find anywhere where there wasn't already somebody else camping. So we decided just to try and salvage the camp. We walked all the way back up to the car again, and then drove to Great Mist Tor, which wasn't far away, and then parked up at Four Winds. Of course, Four Winds, barely any spaces, just full of minibuses. So we had the same problem there. We ended up walking all the way up to Great Mist Tor, and yeah, same problem. There were just kids everywhere in these green tents. So I think possibly the first time ever we bailed, or I bailed. Not the sort of thing I would usually do, because I do value coming out for these camps. I don't get to come out often, but there was just nowhere to go, and it was windy, and we wouldn't have been able to pitch unless it was behind some sort of lump of rock, because it just wouldn't have been a fun night. It would have been a noisy night with the tent blowing around. Yeah, so we bailed. So obviously I never put the video up. Yeah, so anyway, I'm going to put the phone away because my hand that I'm holding the phone with is getting bloody cold. Sun is now set. So I'm going to pat my chair down. What was that? Pat my chair down. I'm going to pat my chair down. And yeah, go and get in the tent with the door open and just watch the view from there, I think. So at least I can get in the sleeping bag, get my boots off. So yeah, I'll check in probably from the tent. So I'm in the tent now. Just starting to look out because I've got the door open. The fog is rolling in. There's a lot of sheep out here. Moon is up there. That's very eerie. Very eerie. Top of the morning to you. So it's about 8:30 on day 2, and yeah, I'm sorry I didn't film too much more last night. I was just so tired. Yeah, been a heavy few days, I suppose. So I really wanted to make the most of last night, but I was watching like a music YouTube show, an album launch, and I got through most of it, but I ended up, I think, falling asleep at times during it. I was just so tired. But anyway, yeah, slept pretty well, I think, apart from the fact that I'll show you, got the sleep pad, because I'm on quite slant. The sleep pad kept slipping down, so quite a few times I'd kind of get up and move it back up, but how often do you honestly find totally flat surfaces up here? So it's 20 to 10. Pretty much packed down inside the tent, so I'm just sitting out chilling for a minute ready before I have to pack down and get going. Kevin and his 2 kids have left, taken the route that I'd imagine I'll be taking, and I kind of feel bad that I didn't sort of speak to Kev on camera really, so he could be on the video, but so you're going to be on there because so there you are. Beep, beep, beep. So that's the route that I will be taking them. Just come up the path there, past the bit where if you take the option that you want to go up like a 60-degree hill, then you go, which is just sort of down there, and yeah, so up there along to Steeperton Tor. So they're parked at Bellstone, so they'll let's zoom us out so I'm not interfering with my finger. Right, so they'll go along to Bellstone and down, whereas obviously I will go down that side of Oaky Tor onto this path and up to there where I'm parked. Yeah, so like I say, just chilling out really in front of the hut, out of the wind for a minute, and yeah, gonna think about making a move. So coming up to 10, so probably about, I don't know, an hour back maybe to the car, and then an hour back home. So I should be home by about midday. It's Good Friday, so nice to get home and spend some time with Tara, because she's back to work tomorrow. So yeah, anyway, right, let's get packed down, and I'll report in when I'm ready to leave. So that's where I was. As always, nothing but an Elixir 2 shaped area of flat grass. It's really not very flat, and you can see it's not very flat, but it's the best I had to work with. Right, so that's it for this particular getaway to Dartmoor. Packers there, we're all ready to go. So it's down the hill and along the path for me. There might be other little bits of footage on the way because it's a fairly long walk back. But as always, cue the music. Hello all. Got very warm all of a sudden. Quite chilly when I woke up this morning. Put my hoodie on. Initially I had my down jacket on, and I thought, well, that'd be too warm for the walk back. So I swapped it out for the hoodie. You see, I've even got my gloves here ready, but it's still pretty clear and the sun's out, so that's why it's quite warm. But yeah, so I'm just on the bit leveled out now, just approaching Oaky Tor, and then it's down the hill from Oaky Tor onto the path stroke road and then back up to the car. It is all uphill, but it's quite a gradual uphill apart from the very last bit. So yeah, bit warm, but better than being cold, I guess. Thought about stopping, taking my hoodie off, but I'm sure I can be bothered. So yeah, let's keep trekking. So I'm just approaching Oaky Tor. So I could have gone straight down that way to the path, but it's all about terrain up here. If I'd gone down that way, it's like rutty grass like that, all ankle breaking stuff. So nothing urgent you to get back for, so enjoying the walk really, and sticking to the slightly flatter path. Anyway, let's push on. So I'm on my way down the hill from Steeperton Tor. As the path. I just had to stop for a minute just to kind of look around really. I mean, this place beautiful or what? I mean, look at it. I think I can drive 45 minutes from home, maybe not even that. Park up the car and then be here in this. Not to want to get heavy this late in the video, but this is so good for one's mental health. Can't even really describe it. If you're someone that feels kind of a bit claustrophobic in life as a whole, being out somewhere like this, how can you feel claustrophobic when you're here? It's just you and nature. And it's so quiet. Let me stop jabbering for a second and just listen. All you can hear is the insects until I started to hear a kid screaming in the background. Didn't exactly back up my point, but hey ho. Right, I'm going to carry on down the path. So I'll be getting to the path at the bottom there, and then just making my way up over to the car, which is up on the top there. Probably about another half an hour or so. So keep pushing on. Made some new friends. They've been walking with me all the way, well, most of this path. They normally, they normally do that. They normally just walk at the same pace. Yeah. Anyway, so just approaching the car. Sorry about the heavy breathing. I'm on the final uphill push. Yeah, it's been a good one. Thanks for joining me. Feels like it's been a while, especially the fact that I had to bail on that other one. But yeah, like I say, I hope everyone's well. Hope you made it home safely, Kev, if you are watching this. And well, that's Al signing off for this one. I'll catch you in the next one.